Acclimation. Had a good friend of mine, Mike, roll into the store the other day, and he must have been home for Christmas, and went out, had a couple beers with the buddies, and he's got a couple friends that are evidently into this whole barefoot running scene, which we're not opposed to. But what I want to talk to you today is about acclimation. And so what happened was, when Mike came in the store, he said, hey, I got buddies into this barefoot movement, and I kind of want to explore it. We kind of had to take a couple steps back and then work forward from there, and really consider what would be best for him as far as keeping him healthy and active, but helping him transition into maybe more of a minimal shoe. Mike's he's a big guy. He's a biker that likes to run for cross training, and he's over 6 foot, and I'm guessing over 200 pounds. I mean, this guy's put together. What we found was he had been in an A6 Nimbus, which I believe had been 12 or 14 millimeter drop. So it had a really, thick sole, maximum cushion shoe is what he was in. And he was talking about going from this to this barefoot. And I said, hey, there's transitions here. So we want to talk about acclimation, meaning that when you take yourself from a position where you've been in a 12 or 14 millimeter high heel, basically, shoe, and you go to zero, all of a sudden, your Achilles is going to get pinched. What's going to happen is all this stuff needs to adjust, and so you either need to continue to stay in those shoes that you've been training in and start to train in this barefoot shoe, maybe once a week for 10 or 15, 20 minutes max, or you can do some other things. What Mike ended up doing was staying in a regular high mileage neutral cushion shoe, but he went into the Saucony Triumph, which is now an 8 millimeter drop shoe. So instead of dropping 12 to 0, he dropped 12 to 8, he only dropped 4 millimeters. The next place that he could then move is to something with a 4 millimeter drop, which is, there's plenty of companies out there offering that in the neutral side of things for minimal stuff. So just be mindful of what you're doing. We're all about people experimenting and taking responsibility for the efficiency of running, their form, and where their foot falls, and how fluid they are and how much pounding they're doing on themselves. But you got to do it in a mindful fashion that keeps you healthy. What we found is that if people decrease too quickly and they don't allow themselves time to get used to those angles and let their muscles and tendons and everything adjust, then they start having injury, and then they're not even out training anymore. So, be mindful of things, acclimate, progress, transition wisely, and keep active.